Hey everyone, Luke Dog here, and welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. Unfortunately, last time I lost the last 20 minutes of footage.
What'd you do?
Footage got corrupted somehow. But,
It happens. Well,
I can confirm, I did kill the last High Dragon. It was in the Emerald Graves. So, now that that's all taken care of, time to report in. Okay, guys, what do we got? I was unable to reach a compromise with the Tevinter. I suppose our influence does stretch only so far. He did, however, offer his apologies and made us a gift of some rare materials. I'll keep our negotiations open, but it does not look promising. Celine will conduct her business with Mythal through Cologne, who will act as a go-between. I've informed the guards that she's an expected guest. Mythal's mood, predictably, has improved. A happy ending for once. A quiet message arrived from House Emladurus today. Considering the speed of the response, it seems hard to believe the family had no knowledge of what Dorian found in the book. I wonder how long they've sat upon the secret, wondering if it might someday come to light. Quiet message. My dear Inquisitor, we're most appreciative of the information you provided. How scandalous to think there might be any connection between our house and those fiends of legend. It's not true, of course, and to reassure you on that point, I intend to dedicate my family toward helping the Inquisition in its righteous struggle. Yours in faith, Magister Irian of House Emladurus. Inquisitor. My, how things have changed. When we first arrived at Skyhold, we would have been lucky to have the elite of Halam Sharal even acknowledge our presence. Now that we've occupied Suladin Keep and can no longer be ignored, a group of merchants and noblemen have approached me with a proposal. They say that, since the Inquisition is currently better placed to keep order in the Dales than even the Imperial throne, they would like to set up a consortium of sorts. An Inquisition ambassador at their side will, according to them, aid communication and allow us to keep their interests safe even as they promote ours. It's worth considering, your worship. Josephine. Allow me to send the ambassadors, and I shall begin the arrangements for this consortium.
Let us begin.
God dang it. Josephine, why is everything for you? With Sudan Keep now occupied, the Inquisition now has access to the busy textiles trade in the Dales. Trade that includes the ship traffic along the Waking Sea and the master weavers of Halam Sharal and Verschiel. Inquisition forces can be directed to acquire resources used to craft robes and other types of clothing. Trade in the Empire is currently erratic, so access to resources will vary greatly from week to week. Black market sources also exist, but the riskier an attempt to find resources is, the greater the chance of turning up nothing at all. Send our forces to find or buy what we need directly. It's the least risky option.
To work?
There's a great deal of wildlife in the thick forest of the Emerald Graves, as well as the Arbor Wilds farther south. This wildlife is hunted and turned into leather of amazing variety, and Suladin Keep allows the Inquisition access to these resources. The black market operating in the Dales might provide much rarer types of leather, But the riskier an attempt to find such resources is, the greater the chance of turning up nothing at all. The black market is the best source for rare leathers. It's also the riskiest.
Let's see what we have.
Okay, I'm just gonna back out for a second. Josephine should be done with her thing in about a half hour. I'm just gonna come down here and acquire some influence. Inventory's actually full. Huh. So much stuff. That can go. Oh. Let's get some influence. And we got an Inquisition perk. Before I head out, I want to stop by the forge quickly. Check on a little bit of stuff.
Served the lord who loaded his catapults with anvils. Point made.
Hey, upgrade any potions. Prophet's Laurel. Crash find metal. Missing another throne.
So I'm thinking, Inquisition? Almost gotcha.
I don't know what kind of conversations you two are having. Okie doke. Let's see. Why not? Our forces in Sul'din Keep were successful in acquiring Cloth, the Master Weavers of Halam Sharal, Inquisitor. The shipment has just arrived at Skyhold. How long do you got? You got 2 minutes. You got 20 minutes. Well, we could just wait around for Liliana. What else do we got? Present for Bianca. Of course, we got the usual resources stuff. Thinking for Alden. Just waiting on you, Liliana. black market in Halam Sharal proved fruitful this time, Inquisitor. The leather my agents can find is being sent to Skyhold as we speak. Liliana, heard you little birdies have had recent success picking up shiny things for the Inquisition. Maybe you can help me out. One of the apprentice smiths saw me walking by with my Bianca, and we struck up a conversation. The apprentice said he once met a Formari mage named Provident who had ideas for improving the precision of siege engines, and wondered if they could be adapted for Bianca. And then he got into phrases like recoil dampening and rectilinear motion, and I politely excused myself. Could you tell your magpies to keep an eye out for Provident or his designs? Obviously, I don't have trouble with Bianca's accuracy, but she does like it when Daddy gets her new fittings. I can certainly tell my agents to look out for this Provident, but I wouldn't get my hopes up, since the Mage Rebellion. So many have been killed or lost. I wouldn't hold my breath for these designs either.
Inquisitor.
You got 17 minutes, you got about a half hour. I'd say let's just head on over. The Inquisition is now a force to be reckoned with. Call its allies to rally their soldiers and march with Inquisitor Trevelyan's army to the Arbor Wilds, where they will face Corypheus' zealots one final time. The Inquisition must stop Corypheus before the Darkspawn Magister finds a long-lost elven artifact in the wilds that allows him to enter the Fade physically and claim its power. And yeah, we already read through the cutscene thing. Sorry. Solus. Who do I want to bring? Let's bring Cassandra. Which rogue do I want? Let's go Varric. So yeah, basically we're calling in all favors on this.
Inquisitor.
How goes the battle, Captain?
The Red Templars fall beneath our blades, your worship. Commander Cullen says they're nearly finished. Our scouts saw Corypheus traveling towards an elven ruin to the north. We can clear you a path through his armies.
Do only what you must. We need enough people for a celebration when we get back to Skyhold.
We will not fail you, my lord, no matter what comes. Andraste guide you, Inquisitor.
I wonder, is it Andraste your soldiers invoke during battle, or does a more immediate name come to their lips?
They show me respect, Morrigan. No one mistakes me for the Maker.
True. You are far more likely to come to their aid than a chantry fable. But I digress. If your scouts report accurately, I believe these ruins to be the Temple of Mythal.
Which is?
A place of worship out of elven legend. If Corypheus seeks it, then the Eluvian he covets lies within. Let us hope we reach this temple before the entire forest is reduced to ash.
The Arbor Wilds. Cruxus. For once, look to the elves for guidance. The Dalish shun the Arbor Wilds. When the people who would start a war over a single crumbling wall ignore a large elven ruin to the south, it bodes disaster. There is beauty and curiosity in the forest, such as trees that rise tall as towers, but those who travel too deep into them never return. You ask if I could identify the elven architecture from the few existing sketches of the outer ruins. They have curious similarities to stonework found in Arlathan, so I would guess it is likely an old elven temple dating 200-300 years before the Imperium. Anything else is conjecture that I fear will spurn you on in this folly. Letter from a scholar of the Tevinter Imperium to Magister Cruxus, a mage of high standing who led a doomed expedition into the Arbor Wilds a year afterwards. Varric, how are you doing on armor? Here, you can have my helm. I think you should be okay. Cassandra. How is this armor? Better than what you got, so you're taking it. Time to level up. Who we got? Eric. And that's all. Okay. Reach the first blockade.
What do you need?
Pronto hide.
Your faith in your commander is well placed, Ambassador. Victory is all but in sight.
With Orlay's Imperial Guard joining us, It was never in doubt. Corypheus has been seen in the fray. Will you not consider moving further from the front line?
Dear Lady Motillier, we cannot send our subjects where we ourselves fear to tread. All Thedas will see Orlais stand triumphant with the chosen of Andraste.
As your majesty wishes.
We are gladdened to see you, Herald. This day will be recalled for ages. We are privileged to witness the fulfillment of the Inquisition's purpose.
The sight of our Orlesian allies risking their lives here humbles me.
Your worthy cause would have friends, even if we did not will it. Men and women of faith serve you. Their favor is no less than our own, their service no less dear. With Orlais at your side, we will see you victorious against Corypheus. May you walk in the light.
Inquisitor, I hear this Eluvian lies in a temple nearby. No doubt you're departing for it now. Be safe.
Once we're home, we'll spend quite some time in private.
How can you think of that now?
How can I not?
We'll arrange something. Return once you can.
See, is Liliana or Cullen around then? Let's check over here. I don't know, chanting. No, that's not it. Okay, I guess we're moving on.
Listen to how close the fighting's gotten. It will be worse ahead.
If the soldiers aren't careful with their fires, they'll do Corypheus' work for him.
One last push and we can lick our wounds. I wonder if Corypheus will show.
Do you sense the magic crackling? Something more powerful than the Red Templars stirs.
We can't send people east.
As the sun renews itself, so must the faithful renew their love of the Maker. Your penance shall be a joy, serving him with a heart of love unbound. Your struggle shall be a gift, for it redeems you in his sight.
Maker, let me be a worthy servant, that you might take me unto your side.
My thanks, your worship. Andraste must hear you. I was a pilgrim at Haven. I saw the wreckage and how you emerged to lead us. If the Maker bids me serve you, it will be done.
Ooh, got a bit of experience from that. Okay, guess. Oop.
Empress Queen's General is just down the hill, Inquisitor. Join you for the last push.
Okay, everybody. see red. Good work, guys. Oop. Heading out. Not friendly. Big guy's down. Yep, Morgan's with us.
Killed her too.
No. Oh, that's Cassandra. It's like you're wearing Venator armor and Templar-like outfit. You are not friendly.
Wardens. They must be the last of those enslaved at Adamant.
If they are forced to obey him, death will be a blessing.
Let's go this way. Yeah, it is a nice statue. Birds.
running, your worship.
Oop. What do we got? Oh, just more.
The Red Templars fall!
I would hope so, considering everything we've been doing against them so far with Samson and supply routes and all that. And a lot of summer. Stormheart here.
There, ahead. An entire camp of Red Templars.
Watch out. They've posted archers on the wall.
Hi! We just kind of wandered in here. Hope you don't mind. I can take you.
But where did they come from?
Were we just attacked by elves? It seems this temple of Mythal is not deserted after all.
Perhaps these creatures are the reason few return from the Arbor Wilds.
Maybe? What are we doing on supplies? Oof. Captain Lowen. I don't want grumbling in the lower ranks that our Lord Corypheus handpicked Grey Wardens to be part of his honor guard over his Templars. Our charge is not to understand his will, it's only to obey it. Besides, our master's still sore he lost all but a few dozen enslaved Grey Wardens to the Inquisitor at Adamant. If your soldiers are smart, they'll keep their quiet about it. Lieutenant Keldon. Master Dragon Slaying Rune. Inflicts bonus damage against dragons on each weapon strike. Yep. I think Sola's gonna level up. Yes! What should we give you? What else are we working on with you? Silverite. I see red. Hello. Oh, that's Cassandra. I was like, why is there a Templar over here? Second blockade. 2 big boys. You guys used to be tough. Okay, 1 more to go. Get over here. I can see you. Is this split here? Possibly. Let's see.
Inquisitor. We are keeping them at bay. Follow the river to the temple.
Liliana? No. I see you. Sleep in the dirt. Where'd you come from? Nice to see some actual Inquisition mages. Pretty bird. There they are. Yeah. King's Willow Weave. Loot it. Enter the temple. Hello, wolves. Elf root.
There. That must be the Temple of Mythal.
Be ready. Corypheus will be there.
I hear fighting ahead.
Namelana Sabanale.
They still think to fight us, Master.
These are but remnants. They will not keep us from the Well of Sorrows.
Well of Sorrows?
Be honored. Witness death at the hands of a new god.
Rip Corypheus. Good luck.
It cannot be.
down!
Yep. So yeah, I was right. It was the blight that saved him. So we made it to the temple.
At last, Mythal's sanctum. Let us proceed before Corypheus interferes.
You said Corypheus wanted an Eluvian, but he mentioned a well of sorrows. Which is right?
I am uncertain of what he referred to.
Would they be the same? Could Eluvian translate into Well of Sorrows?
No. It seems an Eluvian is not the prize Corypheus seeks. Yes, I was wrong. Does that please you? Whatever the Well of Sorrows might be, Corypheus seeks it, and thus you must keep it from his grasp.
Let's find this well before Corypheus's people do. I want to know how Corypheus returned to life. We saw him die.
And his life force passes on to any blighted creature, darkspawn, or Grey Warden.
So that's how the bastard survived, Hawk.
We'll find a way to stop Corypheus once we're done here.
'Tis strange. Archdemons possess the same ability, and still the Grey Wardens are able to slay them. Yet Corypheus, they locked away. Perhaps they knew he could do this, but not how. Yes?
Are you certain Corypheus is using the power of the Blight to make himself immortal?
Perhaps you forget. I was in Ferelden during the Fifth Blight. I have seen a true Archdemon rage. How Corypheus gained the power to send his soul into blighted bodies, that is the real question.
Well, answering that question, let us destroy Corypheus for good.
Perhaps. I would suggest first dealing with the well. If Corypheus obtains it, any chance of success could be lost.
Do you know what this part of the temple was used for?
The room we stand in is a vestibule, not the temple proper. To those who knew it, perhaps this ritual was little more than a polite knock at the gate. These customs must have been as familiar to ancient elves as bowing to a queen is to you or I.
I find it difficult to picture you curtsying to anyone.
Have we become so familiar you can predict my manners and customs now? Nothing is lost by indulging in the occasional civilized conduct, particularly when unexpected.
You've seen the elves here. They seem odd.
Indeed. Two things are possible. One, this is a group of Dalish separated from their brethren, cultists, fanatic in their desire to keep humans away. Two, these are elves descended from the ancients, having resided here since before the fall of Arlathan. The second appears unlikely, but if true, the The implications are astounding.
Is that even possible? How?
With magic, anything is possible. Whatever the truth, the Guardians successfully kept the temple a secret. They must kill all who enter, even the Dalish. A more sensible question might be, why?
You said this Mythal was worshipped as a goddess?
So one assumes. What is a god but a being of immense power? The dread old gods were nothing more than dragons, after all. They rise as archdemons, and they die. Perhaps Mythal was a powerful elf, a ruler among her kind. History often plays storyteller with facts.
You admit lack of knowledge, and yet dismiss her so readily?
I do not dismiss her. I question her supposed divinity. One need not be a god to have value. Truthfully, I'm uncertain Mythal was even a single entity. The accounts are varied.
There are varied accounts of Mythal?
In most stories, Mythal rights wrongs while exercising motherly kindness. Let fly your voice to Mythal, deliverer of justice, protector of sun and earth alike. Other paint her as dark, vengeful. Pray to Mythal and she would smite your enemies, leaving them in agony.
More Dalish tales, I assume.
If you know more about this Solus, speak.
The oldest accounts say Mythal was both of these, and neither. She was the mother, protective and fierce. That is all I will say. This is not a place to stir up old stories.
Whatever the truth, all accounts of Mythal end the same. Exiled to the beyond with her brethren.
What do you mean, exiled?
Tricked by the Dread Wolf, as all the elven gods were said to be, trapped in a land beyond the Fade. Many Dalish believe this is why the elves fell from grace, and their gods did not save them. Or perhaps they were simply rulers slain by Tevinter. Who can say?
Let's continue.
As you wish.
Once again, Genetivi is completely at odds with reality. Ancient elven temples were no simple shrines. Extensive digging shows that buildings radiated out from the main edifice, much like a city wrapped around a palace. Indeed, these temple complexes must have been cities once, with a veritable army of functionaries running them. Each cult had different rituals, ablutions, and prayers to their chosen patron that ran all hours of the day. The time and effort devoted to them must have been staggering. Perhaps it's best we have lost knowledge of these pagan rites. The deities that the old elves worshipped, if they existed at all, were clearly demons masquerading as higher powers. One shudders to think of what went on before their thrones. From an essay by Astronus of Antiva, scholar and naturalist to the Antivan royal court. Let's see what lies within. Yeah.
It appears the temple's magics are still strong.
Is this Elven? Does it say anything about this Well of Sorrows?
Atishol vir Abalasan. It means enter the path of the Well of Sorrows.
There is something about knowledge, respectful or pure. Shiven. Shivenen. 'Tis all I can translate. That it mentions the well is a good omen.
At least we know the Well of Sorrows was important.
Supplicants to Mythal would have first paid obeisance here. Following their path may aid entry.
Perform a ritual to appease elven gods? Long dead or no, I don't like it.
If need be. Unless you wish to turn back.
Walk around the circle, light up all the panels.
There.
Well done.
Wait, that was
Let's
seriously
see what
it?
awaits. Yes?
Do you know what this part of the temple was used for?
The room we stand in is a vestibule, not the temple proper. To those who knew it, perhaps this ritual was little more than a polite knock at the gate. These customs must have been as familiar to ancient elves as bowing to a queen is to you or I.
I find it difficult to picture you curtsying to anyone.
Have we become so familiar you can predict my manners and customs now? Nothing is lost by indulging in the occasional civilized conduct, particularly when unexpected.
Let's continue.
As you wish. I see the Red Templars have already encountered the Temple's guardians. Yes?
Let's continue.
As you wish.
Keep going. Oop. Money. Yeah.
The Temple of Mythal, constructed in an age when elves, not men, dominated this land. They believed Mythal a goddess of justice. Elves came here to request judgment, after they proved their worth.
Silence has reigned here for time beyond memory.
I'm glad I brought Solus with.
Yeah, no, this is great.
Yeah. Look further in.
Hold them off!
Okay. That was a whiff. I don't know which one I'm attacking. Come here, you. You can come over here as well.
Come on, we might catch them.
Hold a moment. While they rush ahead, this leads to our true destination. We should walk the petitioner's path as before.
An army fights and dies for us. The longer we tarry, the more soldiers we lose outside. Let's jump down and be done with this place.
In this case, I must agree with the witch. This is ancient ground, deserving of our respect.
You see the urgency? We cannot find the Well of Sorrows unprepared.
We don't know what's behind those doors. They might have a reason for going another way.
Had they the option, they would have proceeded. That must lead to their goal.
Their goal, or yours?
There is a danger to the natural order. Legends walked Thedas once, things of might and wonder. Their passing has left us all the lesser. Corypheus would squander the ancient power of the well. I would have it restored.
I wasn't expecting your answer to be so romantic.
Trust me, your surprise is matched only by my own. Mankind blunders through the world, crushing what it does not understand. Elves, dragons, magic. The list is endless. We must stem the tide, or be left with nothing more than the mundane. This I know to be true. I read more in the first chamber than I revealed. It said a great boon is given to those who use the Well of Sorrows, but at a terrible price.
What exactly did that altar say about the Well of Sorrows?
Like most elven writing, it was insufferably vague. The term I deciphered was Halam Shivanas, the sweet sacrifice of duty. It implies the loss of something personal for duty's sake, yet for those who served at this temple, a worthwhile trade.
Did you not trust me enough to tell me about this price when you read it?
I hoped to find more information. If I intended to cheat you, I would have feigned ignorance entirely. My priority is your cause, but if the opportunity arises to save this well, I am willing to pay the cost.
And gain what?
That is what we must discover. The rituals may point the way. Yes?
I want to discuss the well again.
Oh, I see. An opportunity to use the well may not even arise. I understand this. All I meant to suggest is that, if it does, I be the one to do so. I am willing to accept the consequences.
What if something happens to you? What about your son?
Kieran is a strong lad. He will thrive, with or without me.
Are you sure of that?
I am sure of precious little these days. Yes?
Do you know what this part of the temple was used for?
It may have served as a chamber of reflection, perhaps to contemplate the righteousness of one's cause. More importantly, I suspect none were permitted beyond this area without a priest. Ancient texts claim Mythal passed judgment in the flesh, but 'twas surely the priests who proclaimed rulings here.
Why did the ancient elves insist on so many rites?
We may safely assume one did not petition high priests for Mythal's justice by strolling up and knocking. I see no more insufferable ceremony here than in a chantry.
More rituals? What are they for? Do you know?
I believe they signify an intent to lay oneself bare, to champion a cause without pity, regret, or shame. Mythal's cult was not fond of vacillation. One approached them with nothing less than complete confidence.
What happened to those who were less sure of themselves?
Legend does not say. Perhaps this place has a more gruesome history than we know.
Let's continue.
As you wish.
see what's over here. But just in case. Ah, crud, I should have. Wait. I think I have to go on the... Yeah, I gotta do the other side. I don't think I can go over the same one twice.
Yeah.
Ah, crud. Okay, I gotta reset. Just making sure. Go. Yeah, I gotta go here and down. Yeah.
Indeed. Time to proceed to the next ritual, I should think.
Okie doke. One down. 3 to go. 2 to go. Yeah, I'm not going down that way. Good thing these pads are still intact. Ooh, okay, so what do I do here? I go up. What's this do? Oh. I can't jump. Okay. No. Okay, let's reset you. Go up here. It's dark. I've got even more down. Oh, that's not. That's a different one. Okay. Hey. There, get off. Why is that one not glowing? Could get off here. No, I can't. Okay. Darn it. Okay. I can't move off at all. I already screwed myself over. Yeah. Let me just see what's back here. Okay, so it goes around. Let me see. Of course, we're stuck because the thing is up. Dang it! Okay, let's see. Okay, we gotta start over here. Pull this down. Off here. Pull this down. Ugh! Dang it!
No.
I was so close. Guys, can you please not get so close to me? I feel like you're gonna push me off. Nice how you guys can step on the things without worry, but I don't. Yeah, I will. I think this should do it. God dang it! Okay, I gotta go one more over. That's the thing. Okay. I'm close. I'm close. Wait. I just screwed myself. So that's the end. No. I just did it again. I was overthinking a bit. was close. Follow the path of straightforwardness. I think I have it. Barrick! God! That's okay, I think I would have messed up anyway. Let's see. Guys, move. Nope, I messed up. Dang it. Okay. Step off here. we go.
The ritual is complete.
We are close. There is but one more path to follow.
Okay. That was a tough one. Okay, last one. Should be, anyway. Oh, I see. There.
Everything is lit.
So, what now?
Come, let us see if the doors have opened. Yes,
Let's continue.
as you wish.
Journey still deeper into the temple. Pretty door. Pretty bird.
Tis not what I expected. What was this chamber used for?
We're being watched.
Venavis, you are unlike the other invaders. You stumble down our paths at the side of one of our own. You bear the mark of magic, which is familiar. How has this come to pass? What is your connection to those who first disturbed our slumber?
They are my enemies as well as yours.
I am called Abelas. We are sentinels, tasked with standing against those who trespass on sacred ground. We wake only to fight, to preserve this place. Our numbers diminish with each invasion. I know what you seek. Like all who have come before you, you wish to drink from the Vira Belasan.
The place of the Way of Sorrows. He speaks of the well.
It is not for you. It is not for any of you.
Solus, perhaps he'll listen to you.
What shall I say, Inquisitor? Shall I sway him from a millennia of service by virtue of our shared blood? He clings to all that remains of his world, because he lacks the power to restore it.
So, you're elves from ancient times? Before the Tevinter Imperium destroyed Arlathan?
The Shemlin did not destroy Arlathan. We Elven warred upon ourselves. By the time the doors to this sanctuary closed, our time was over. We awaken only when called, and each time find the world more foreign than before. It is meaningless. We endure. The Vira Belasan must be preserved.
What is this Vira Belasan exactly?
It is a path, one walked only by those who toiled in Mythal's favor.
He speaks of priests, perhaps.
More than that, you need not know.
We did not come here to fight you, nor to steal from your temple.
I believe you. Trespassers you are, but you have followed rites of petition. You have shown respect to Mythal. If these others are enemies of yours, we will aid you in destroying them. When this is done, you shall be permitted to depart. And never return.
This is our goal, is it not? There is no reason to fight these sentinels.
Consider carefully. You must stop Corypheus, yes, but you may also need the well for your own.
I accept your offer.
You will be guided to those you seek. As for the Vira Belasan, it shall not be despoiled, even if I must destroy it myself.
No!
Morrigan!
I don't know about that.
They left someone behind. A handy guide, maybe?
Mythalan asked.
That's helpful, since Morrigan chased off on her own.
She seeks to protect the Well of Sorrows.
That looks like a heavy book. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. Oh, there's fighting.
This place looks untouched.
The entire temple must have looked like this long ago. How could the elves pour such devotion into this nonsense?
We can always ask our hosts.
I will leave that to you.
Wow. Sure, taking a roundabout way, kind of. Taking the back alleys.
Oh, you're avoiding the prison.
Yeah.
Henshra, Gilas Velathan.
I believe she would prefer that we remain close.
Just a quick look around.
I understand you don't want us disturbing your temple. Red spot. Nope, they're on the other side of the wall. Oh, there you are. Kinda dark here.
Vir Sumiel.
So how old are you guys? I'm guessing a couple thousand at least. That's impressive for today's standards. Is that book a history of your people?
Can you stop being annoying to the poor priest?
knowledge to go in. Thank you. So we just go through here then? I'm gonna assume so. Thank you.
I think I have drawn political maps. I'll see stage exit.
Knock knock.
Well of Sorrows. So Mythal endures.
Andraste, guide us.
This is impressive.
It's down there. Look down. Fighting.
Guessing Samson's down there.
Fight on! An army of these bastards won't stop us! How will you get to the well, General? Tell me you brought some damn rope!
Yep, that's definitely Samson.
You tough bastards. A day's march, hours of fighting, and still fierce as dragons. The Chantry never knew what it was throwing away.
Samson, sir, watch out!
Inquisitor. You and those elf things don't know when to stop. You've hunted us half across Thedas. I should have guessed you'd follow us into this hole.
I spoke with your Tranquil, Maddox. He sacrificed himself for your cause.
I told him not to. He died as one of us then. One of the faithful. Corypheus chose me twice. First as his general, now as the vessel for the Well of Sorrows. You know what's inside the well? Wisdom. The kind of wisdom that can scour a world. I give it to Corypheus, that he can walk into the Fade without your precious anchor.
What's your part in it? What's a vessel?
What else empties a well? I'll carry its power to Corypheus. One more task entrusted to me. Being force-fed Chantry lyrium was good for something. This armor makes me a living fortress, mind and body. I won't forget a word of the well's knowledge. Corypheus will be unstoppable.
Once Corypheus is that powerful, you and your soldiers will just slow him down.
You dare say that to my face? After you butchered my men? You're no match for Corypheus. Even if you drink from the well, you'll never master its wisdom as he could. This is the strength the Chantry tried to bind. But it's a new world now, with a new god. So, Inquisitor, how will this go?
Use a gift from Arcanus Dagna.
Power is all well and good, until it's taken away.
What did you do? What did you do? My armor. It's gone. The lyrium. I need it! Kill them all!
Anything forged can be broken down. Back off. Okay, big guy, you gotta go down. Oof. Sandra, where are you? No, that's enough. Oh, this is Samson. That's probably why. No. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Ugh. Yeah, I know. I keep Samson! A lot, apparently. Yep, I'm just getting out of the corner. Solus with his last-minute barrier, as usual. Okay, you know what? Eat this. Yeah, but you got taken down a good chunk. You were saying? He's getting desperate.
You can't take it from Corypheus. You mustn't.
He's still breathing.
You can take him back to Skyhold for judgment.
Acquired certainty.
You heard his parting words, Inquisitor. The elf seeks to destroy the Well of Sorrows.
So the Sanctum is despoiled at last.
You would have destroyed the well yourself, given the chance.
To keep it from your grasping fingers. Better it be lost than bestowed upon the undeserving.
Fool. You'd let your people's legacy rot in the shadows.
Corypheus needed Samson to use the well. Without him, there's no vessel to claim it.
The moment we leave, he will send more forces to secure this place. The well clearly offers power, Inquisitor. If that power can be turned against Corypheus, can you afford not to use it?
Do you even know what you ask? As each servant of Mythal reached the end of their years, they would pass their knowledge on through this. All that we were, all that we knew, it would be lost forever.
This can't be easy, holding on to what's left.
You cannot imagine. Each time we awaken, it slips further from our grasp.
There are other places, friend, other duties. Your people yet linger.
Elven such as you?
Yes, such as I.
You have shown respect to Mythal, and there is a righteousness in you I cannot deny. Is that your desire? To partake of the Vira Belasan as best you can? To fight your enemy?
Not without your permission.
One does not obtain permission. One obtains the right. The Vira Belasan may be too much for a mortal to comprehend. Brave it if you must. But know you this. You shall be bound forever to the will of Mythal.
Bound to a goddess who no longer exists, if she ever did.
Bound as we are bound. The choice is yours.
Is it possible this Mythal might still exist?
Anything is possible.
Elven legend states that Mythal was tricked by Fen'Harel and banished to the Beyond.
Elven legend is wrong. The Dread Wolf had nothing to do with her murder.
Murder? I said nothing of...
She was slain, if a god truly can be. Betrayed by those who destroyed this temple. Yet the Vira Belasan remains. As do we. That is something.
Are you leaving the temple?
Our duty ends. Why remain?
There is a place for you, Lethaline, if you seek it.
Perhaps there are places the Shamlan have not touched. It may be that only Uthenera awaits us. The blissful sleep of eternity, never to awaken, if fate is kind.
Thank you for this gift, Abalas.
Do not thank me yet, Shamlan.
Malas Amalin Nahalam Abalas. His name, Abalas, means sorrow. I said, I hoped he finds a new name.
You'll note the intact Eluvian. I was correct on that count, at least.
Is it still a threat? Can Corypheus use it to travel the Fade?
You recall when I took you through my Eluvian, I said each required a key? The well is the key. Take its power, and Mythal's last Eluvian will be no more use to Corypheus than glass. I did not expect the well to feel so... hungry.
Let's not be reckless. I don't want anyone hurt.
I am willing to pay the price the well demands. I am also the best suited to use its knowledge in your service.
Or more likely to your own ends?
What would you know of my ends, elf?
You are a glutton drooling at the sight of a feast. You cannot be trusted.
Of those present, I alone have the training to make use of this. Let me drink, Inquisitor.
What training makes you so qualified?
I have studied the oldest lore. I have delved into mysteries of which you could only dream. Can you honestly tell me there is anyone better suited?
What about you, Solus?
No. Do not ask me again.
I would be.
You lead the Inquisition. This is not a risk you can take. I have the best chance of making use of the well for everyone. Let me drink.
You're not concerned about the price? Bound forever to the will of Mythal?
Bound to the will of a dead god? It seems an empty warning. Perhaps a compulsion yet remains. Who can say otherwise? I do not fear it, even so.
I hate to say it, but Abelas's plan to destroy the well may be the best one.
What happens when Corypheus comes for you again? He is immortal. The wisdom of the well may include a way to destroy him. Give me this, and I fight at your side. I shall be your sword.
Thoughts?
She is right about only one thing. We should take the power which lies in that well.
If it is truly between you and her, then let her take the risk. Make her help us all.
You're asking me? This is a lot of... weird... I barely understand how any of this works.
Enough deliberation. Give me your decision.
Looking at it, listening to it. That's not just knowledge from the ancient elven priests. It's their will.
How would you know such a thing?
That's what Abelas was telling us. The collective will of the priests puts anyone who drinks under a compulsion, a gas. Can't you feel it?
That would match the legends, but it does not tell us what the gas entails. I would still use the well, but you are right. We must be cautious.
Me or Morrigan?
Morgan can have a little power as a treat.
What will we give her a treat? She swoops.
Swooping
why
is
not?
bad.
How chaotic do you want to be?
Well, he's the Inquisitor. He can't really be chaotic.
Yeah.
But you can unleash chaos by giving it to Morgan.
Yeah, but here's the thing. She was willing to stop Abelas from destroying the well. In some eyes, destroying it would have been the better option.
Yes.
We were willing to go along with him, for the most part.
I don't know, man, but you gotta decide something.
I know, it's like, I'm thinking, the price to pay. That's the big thing I'm thinking about. She says she's willing to do it.
So let her do it.
But I'm still thinking about the ramifications of what that could entail for her. And also the fact that, again, we don't know what this would basically entail for her. Plus, what about her son? I'm gonna do it just to spare her from any sacrifice.
If anyone is to use the well, it will be me.
So you will take what little knowledge you can understand and let the rest go to waste?
You could try and teach me some things.
The Inquisition needs you. Corypheus still endangers us all.
Sarah hates you.
Perhaps it is better this way. Do as you will with the Well of Sorrows, Inquisitor. But be careful.
We just have the one.
Why am I here? Corypheus? A Magister wishes to rip the veil open. I must learn how to stop him. I can't understand what you're... Look, will you help me or not?
Inquisitor! Inquisitor! How do you feel?
I beat you to it.
The Eluvian!
Through the mirror.
Suck it, Magister. Do 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 do. What about all our forces? Do we just leave everybody there?
Mm-hmm.
That's Morgan's.
It is done.
So we stopped Corypheus' plan to enter the Fade. Now what? His army's routed. He's lost Samson. The Eluvian is useless. And the only real thing we have left is to get him and his dragon.
I'm pleased to report we won the battle, Inquisitor. When you went through that mirror, Corypheus and his archdemon fled the field. I'm not sure why.
What he wanted was no longer within the temple.
Perhaps. He spent so long trying to get into the temple, he probably couldn't have helped his forces by that point.
Then Corypheus is finished.
If he is wise, he will hide and rebuild his strength before he attacks again.
He will not.
He won't hide.
You hear it. The well speaks to you.
It's voices, whispering from so far away I can barely hear them.
If only one who understood such voices had used the well's power instead.
Then teach me!
We have to rely on her interpretation of them, and whatever she chose to tell us.
Have I not been forthcoming enough for you, Spy Master? I told you what the well could have done, Inquisitor. You should be hearing shouts from the heavens, not whispers.
Exactly! Help me!
Then help me. Isn't that what you came here to do?
Earlier you said you knew what needed to be done next. What did you mean?
The dragon isn't an archdemon. It's a dragon in which Corypheus has invested part of his power. Kill it, and his ability to jump to other bodies is disrupted for a time. He can be killed.
That's no simple task. Corypheus alone is powerful, but where there's dragon...
There is a way, but I'll need Morrigan's help.
The voices from the well tell you that, do they? Very well, Inquisitor. Speak to me when you are ready to begin this plan of yours.
Are you certain of this?
We have no choice. If Corypheus comes here now...
I'll see to Skyhold's defenses in the meantime.
Okay, let's just check in with our people. The Sentinel Elves. Elves ambushed us just when the Master said they would, 5 days into the wilds. They move faster than any elf I've seen, and they know the forest like they were born of it. The ones who escape melt back into the shadows. They're strong, and they know no fear. Every damn elf we cut down fights till the last. The attacks have slowed since we doubled the watch. We've killed enough to make them pause. Corypheus says that elves call themselves sentinels. We were going over the plan for the final assault on their temple, and he told me the elves were fighting in the last true priests of their old gods. Before I could stop myself, I asked how he knew. I felt like a damn fool the moment the words left my mouth, but the Master just looked at me, then opened his hand. A second later, that magic orb was floating over it. He told me it was elven, that events made him believe that it came to him for a purpose. The Master turned, and I thought I was dismissed, but his voice stopped me before I left. He said, solemn as I've ever known him, that there were many things he couldn't tell me, that he hid them so I would stay focused on the well. He said that while I'll sacrifice much, there will be no secrets once I become the vessel. I left then, but I can't stop thinking about it. I'd swear there was regret at those last words. Wish I knew exactly what for. Charred excerpt from a logbook kept by Samson, recovered by Inquisition spies from the wreckage of a Red Templar camp in the Arbor Wilds. The rest of the book is too blackened by fire to make out. Where is it? Where is it? And as the black clouds came upon them, they looked on what pride had wrought, and despaired. The work of man and woman, by hubris of their making, the sorrow of a blight unbearable. Pride. What other sin wounds us so deeply as pride? It drove the old Tevinter magisters to blacken the Golden City. It pushed Mafarath to betray beloved Andraste, and it has made fools of kings and peasants ever since the Maker formed us from nothing. Pride disguises itself in surety. Who among us has not looked at our fair country and thought, surely we are safe here, under protection. Our world will last forever, for we are mighty and wise. These verses say to the faithful, go and look upon the ruins of old, and ask who remembers the faces of those who dwelled there. Only the Maker's knowledge is complete. The words he gave to us through blessed Andraste are the one true constant in our world. A land without the chant is doomed to be forgotten by time. Notes on the Chant of Light by Mother Bezoria of the Grand Cathedral, 937 Dragon. Okay, report in, everybody. What do we got? That went splendidly. Naturally, these worthies of Orlais wanted nothing more than to be given everything while providing nothing in return. But I set the record straight. If they want our assistance in supporting their efforts to restore the war-torn Dales, they'll need to show some deference to our agents and ensure that any troop movements and trade efforts the Inquisition makes in the Dales are given the highest priority. All it took was a bit of negotiation and a few subtle threats. They sent along some lovely gifts to show their appreciation for your presence in Skyhold, and the Consortium should ensure that any attempts we make to gather coin in the future are that much easier. Inquisitor. When Corypheus rushed from the temple for Mythal, he left his general for dead. My soldiers and I captured Samson with ease, given he was still unconscious from your fight. While it will take the army some time to return from the wilds, we can expedite Samson's return in order to put him on trial. If you've no objections, I would be present for his judgment. Oh wait, hold on. There's something up here. I should have had more faith in my agents. Of course, they tracked down Provident, who has sought shelter from the Mage Templar conflict with a wealthy Navarran patron. We provided a brief description of Bianca, and Provident adapted the design for a leaf spring stabilizer to suit one of her stocks. We were also able to secure his original designs for our own use in siege engines. Okay, Ambassador Montilier. It was lovely to see you at the Winter Palace. Your presence in our court is like the emergence of the first lilies in spring. In the spirit of friendship, I am offering the Inquisition a unique opportunity. You may be aware that King Wilhelm of the Anderfels is about to celebrate the 3rd birthday of his only son, Prince Baldwin. The festivities will be quite lavish, and representatives from nearly every court in Thedas will be bringing gifts. Wilhelm is an exceedingly pious man, even for an Ander. A gift from the Herald of Andraste delivered to the party could earn the undying approbation of the Anderfels. With regards, Celine Valmont. I know exactly what to send. We need only a messenger.
At your service.
As for this... Samson has earned his an armed escort, guarded in a wagon which our fastest horses will pull back to Skyhold.
To work?
The Well of Sorrows was constructed in unspeakably ancient times. There may be slivers of information left in elven legends, or crumbling paper in far-flung libraries. Send people to research how ancient elves made this strange artifact. You recognize the magic used in the well? The universities in Val Royeaux could look into it for us. They're well funded.
Inquisitor.
There we go. Well, we've been going for a while, and it's going to take at least 15 minutes for Samson to get here, so we'll have to save his trial for next time. Speak with Morgan in Skyhold's garden. The final piece. This will also give us a chance to go around and talk to people, too. But we're going to have to save that for later. So, if you liked this video, let me know in the comments. If you really liked it, press that cute little like button. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm Luke Dog, and I'll see you next time.